Hello class and welcome back to science. So today we're going to be doing another experiment, this time on friction. Okay, so before we get started, I would just like to have a little reminder. If you did not record your last experiment on gravity, you have to do that today. Okay, so please make sure before you do this experiment, you go do the recording. Or I will talk to your teacher and make sure that the recording gets done first before you start today's lesson, okay? So make sure that both recordings for both experiments are in Flipgrid. If not, then we cannot grade it, okay? So you have to make sure that they both get recorded, okay? So with the recordings, you have to make sure that you go grab someone is in charge of the Chromebook and someone is in recording the experiment as it's happening, okay? So let's get started with our engagement activity for today. I'm going to need 6 volunteers. So please make sure you raise your hand or stand up and notify the teacher that you would like to be a volunteer. It's okay if we have a little bit more than usual, but I would like it to just be 6. Okay? Now the whole class is gonna go outside in an orderly fashion. Please wait for the instructions first. Okay? The first 3 students will try to slide across the hallway in their shoes. Okay? So everybody get in one line and then try to slide as far as you can. Okay? The next 3 students will try to slide across the hallway with only socks on. Okay? So I want everybody, all 3 of the students to be in one line and then try to slide as far as you can, okay? And then the last 3 students will try to cross the hallway with no socks or no shoes on. That's right, barefoot, okay? Try to slide as far as you can, okay? We want to see what happens. So at this point, someone needs to pause the video and the teacher will take you outside so that way those 6 students can do what they need to do, okay? The first 3 slide across the hallway with only shoes on. The next 3 slide across the hallway with only socks on, and the next 3 slide across the hallway with no socks and no shoes on, okay? Once you volunteer, you can go back, okay? Okay, so after that activity, I want everybody to come back to the classroom. And I want everyone to partner up with somebody in your table. I want you to talk and discuss with your partner using academic language what we've been learning in science last week, okay? What did you see in the students that were sliding with shoes, with only socks on, and with no shoes, no socks? What did you see? Once you have discussed that, draw that in your notebook. That will be considered a warm-up. Draw what happened outside in the hallway. Then I want you to discuss with your partner what was the difference between the shoes, socks, and feet that were sliding across the hallway. Which one is better to slide across the floor and why? Which one is the worst and why? Oops, sorry. And then after you have discussed for 2 minutes, okay, you have to discuss for 2 minutes long. You can't discuss for 30 seconds and then stop. It has to be for 2 minutes long. After everyone has discussed for 2 minutes, I need someone to share with the class what they have drawn in their notebooks and what did they discuss using these questions, okay? So someone needs to pause the video here so you can discuss, draw, and then share with the class what you have drawn and discussed with your partner, okay? Okay, welcome back. So our objectives for today, we are going to learn how to design experiments on the effects on an object such as friction. Our content objectives are: we will design experiments on the effects on an object such as gravity, friction, and magnetism. But today we are only doing what class? Friction, that is correct. Language objectives. We will write about the results we found in our experiment on the effects on an object such as gravity, friction, and magnetism. But today we are only doing what class? Friction, that is correct. But before we start in the experiment, we need to take some notes on friction first. At this point, someone needs to make sure that they move over to the next tab so you can play the vocabulary video on force. This tab should be open and I just need someone to switch it over. Once this video is done, switch over back to my video. Alright, so everybody needs to take out their notebooks and let's get ready to take some notes. Okay, so our title for today is going to be what class? Who can guess what it is? That's right, friction. It's the stopping force. Okay. Friction is a force that opposes or stops motion when two objects touch. Okay, so imagine you have a soccer ball, okay? You have a soccer ball and here is the cement, okay? And then here is the grass, okay? And you kick the ball and it lands in the grass. When you kick the ball and you kicked it and it lands in the grass, does it slow down in the grass or does it keep going? It slows down, right? So when it slows down in the grass, that means that there's friction in the grass for it to stop the ball. Unlike in the cement where the ball kind of keeps going, right? Friction depends on the type of surfaces. Okay, that is very important. Wet and smooth surfaces have less friction, okay? So that's important to know. Wet and smooth surfaces have less friction. Dry and rough surfaces have more friction, okay? So dry and rough, okay? So looking back at this, which one has more friction and which one has less friction? The cement or the grass? Which one do you think it is? The cement has less friction because the ball keeps on going, and the grass has more friction, so it stops or it slows down in the grass. Okay? So once we're done with that, we're gonna go back to the science experiment template. Okay? So remember, you need a title of the investigation. So we can call this friction or no friction, or whatever title you like. Friction or no friction. Okay, then you're gonna pose a question about your investigation. Okay, how does friction affect us? Okay, that's your question. How does friction affect us? Okay, you're gonna have an educated guess. Now this is your thoughts only. Okay, so what do you think? So what do you think? How do you think friction affects us? Okay, what we want to know what you think. So go ahead and write that down here in this section. Educated guess. Okay. Next, you're gonna have a list of materials. What materials are you going to use? Okay. Then we're gonna have a recording table, and the recording table for this one is gonna look like this. Okay, you're gonna have your object, whichever object you choose. Okay, so it could be an upside down desk, a chair, a stack of textbooks, anything kind of heavy. Okay, next, the materials you're going to be using is butcher paper. Please don't rip that. A towel. Please don't rip that. And then nothing. Okay, that's what your recording table is gonna look like. Now here's the experiment. You're gonna have an object. Okay, imagine this is like really heavy. Okay, this is really big and heavy. You're gonna have an object. Okay, and you're gonna slide it across the hallway or into the classroom. You're gonna try to slide it across the hallway or in the classroom with first butcher paper. Okay, so imagine this is butcher paper. You're gonna try to slide it across. So it's gonna be just one person trying to slide it. Okay, you're gonna slide it across the room, and you're gonna say, was it hard to slide across? Was it easy? Was it kind of so and so? Okay, so was it easy, medium, or hard to slide it across the hallway with butcher paper? Next, you're gonna be given a towel. Okay, you're gonna be given a towel. I might not have a lot of these for you, but just wait and be patient. Okay, you're gonna be given a towel, and you're gonna slide it across the hallway. Okay, just one person. Was it easy? Was it medium? Was it hard to do that? Okay, you're gonna write it down. Then next, you're not gonna have nothing. Okay, you're gonna be given maybe string or rope, or you're just, depending on what it is too, you're just gonna slide it. Okay, so if it's a desk, you can turn it upside down and just grab it by its leg and try to slide it across. Or if it's a chair, again, try to slide it across. Is it easy, medium, or hard doing it by itself? Okay, that's what we want to know. That's going to be your experiment. How does friction affect it? Next, you need to have one leader in your group, a recorder. That person is going to write down the answers in the recording table. An equipment manager, making sure that everything is being used correctly and put back. And then a Flipgrid manager. That person is recording the experiment. Okay, remember, Alright, and just a reminder for the Flipgrid video, you're not just recording the experiment, okay? You're making sure that you're recording and you're saying, oh, this is happening, oh, yes, we agree, oh, okay, something's going on. You're saying what's going on in the experiment, okay? And lastly, once your group is done with the experiment, you're gonna come back to your desks and you're gonna write, what were your thoughts on the experiment? I thought ... The results of the experiment was ... I believe that there was more friction with the towel or nothing or on paper because ... Okay? I want to know why. Friction is ... because of the experiment. Okay? I saw in the experiment ... What did you see? Was your educated guess wrong? Was it right? Did it change? Yes or no? Maybe? Why? I want to know what that is, okay? Once you're done with that, then you're finished for today, okay? And then tomorrow we have another experiment, okay? So please make sure you are listening to your teacher and making sure that the leader in the group is making sure everyone is doing their job and making sure they're not playing around and making sure you're trying to get a good grade on this experiment, okay? Lastly, for the groups, you should have 5 to 6 people in a group, okay? 5 to 6 people in a group, okay? Well, that is all. If you need me, I'll be down the hallway. Bye.